Howdy Hearthstoners, I'm Dog Awesome, and today we are going to play with some pirates. I call this deck Captain Facebeard. It is a variation of the very popular Pirate Warrior that you've no doubt been getting knocked around by on the ladder. It's a very, very aggressive, weapon-centric pirate deck. Basically, you have a whole lot of weapons. You swing those weapons at your opponent's face, and then you also play a lot of pirates, which synergize with your weapons and make them more powerful. And you do even more face damage, and then your opponent is dead by turn 6, typically. Basically, the key mechanic of this deck is no matter where you are in the deck, you are never that far from a weapon. We just have tons of weapons in here. We have two N'Zoth's First Mate. This is a 1-mana, 1/1 pirate. Not a very threatening minion, but it does give you a weapon. A 1/3 Rusty Hook. Not a very terrifying weapon on its own, but it is good for ping damage in the early game, getting rid of lots of early minions. And it also just kind of gives you a base to start from, because we also have lots of weapon upgrades in this deck. So a 1/3 weapon, not that scary to begin with, but you throw an upgrade on it, or maybe you get one of these Bloodsail Cultists out, and then you've got a 2/4 or possibly even a 3/5 weapon in the early game. Just incredibly powerful, very easy to maintain board control when you have those kinds of weapons in hand. Let's see, the other key card of this deck is the Bloodsail Cultist. She's a 3/4 pirate, and the battle cry says that if you have another pirate on the board when you play this, it will buff your weapon +1/+1. So if you have a N'Zoth's First Mate out, and you have the coin, and say you coin a Bloodsail Cultist out on turn 2, then you have a 2/4 weapon to start swinging away at all of your opponent's 2-drops. And of course that only gets astronomically better as you dig into some of the bigger weapons later in this deck. And all in all, a 3/4 body for 3 is not that bad a deal, and it's a pirate, so it will synergize with some of these other cards we have. Let's see, we also have two South Sea deckhands. This is the 2/1 pirate that has charge if you have a weapon equipped. You almost always do, so this is just another extra 2 damage to your opponent's face. Oh, I almost forgot to mention Sir Finley Murgleton, the 1-mana legendary, who gives you a new hero power. This guy is pretty useful in this deck. It's a 1/3 for 1, so it trades with a lot of early game minions pretty well. But changing your hero power at a later stage in the game after you've already armored up a bunch, and possibly grabbing a hero power that does damage, can really help you just close out the game, especially if you're up against a heavy control deck that is just removing your minions one after the other. Sir Finley Murgleton can give you those extra points of damage you need to just finish him off. Of course, we have the Fiery War Axe. What warrior deck doesn't run the Fiery War Axe? We also have one Heroic Strike. This is pretty good for taking care of a mid-range minion if you don't have a weapon in hand, but it's also good just for a big burst of finishing damage in the late game. If you already have a weapon equipped and you draw a Heroic Strike, like say you have an Arcanite Reaper equipped and you draw a Heroic Strike, that's 9 damage. That's a significant number. It will hurt your opponent a lot, and oftentimes you can use Heroic Strike to go for sudden lethal. It's also really good in the early game, especially against like a druid. If they manage to innervate out something really big and you just can't kill it, Heroic Strike might give you the extra damage you need to take care of a early game play. We have two Bloodsail Raiders, just a decent 2-drop, 2/3 for 2, but it also has the added benefit that it gets an attack buff equal to the attack of your weapon. And as I've said, we have tons of weapons and lots of ways to upgrade them, so it's very possible that your Bloodsail Raider will be a 3/3 at least, and possibly more. And it's a 2-drop that can threaten, up to 6 damage, and if your opponent has to waste a piece of removal getting rid of your 2-drop, that's an incredible tempo advantage for you. We have 2 Acolytes of Pain, pretty much the best way to draw cards in any warrior deck. We have quite a few cards that deal damage to our own minions. We can use Blood to Ichor to draw a card off the Acolyte of Pain and also summon a 2/2 slime. This is also another, it's also a good activator for Execute. Oh, I forgot to mention, of course, we have 2 Executes because we're a warrior, and killing something for 1 mana is incredibly good. Back to the Acolyte. It's a great way to draw cards. This is a very aggressive deck. You're going to be playing out your hand pretty much as fast as you can draw it. So drawing some extra cards after you've already exhausted your hand is going to be key to being able to stay in and finish the game rather than giving your opponent a chance to recover. Let's see, we also have 2 Ravaging Ghouls. This is the new 3-drop that Warriors got with the expansion. And it's just a really solid minion. A 3/3 for 3 is not bad, but then it also deals 1 damage to all other minions. This is not only great for cleaning up your opponent's board, but it can also activate your Acolytes and help you draw some extra cards. We have 1 South Sea Captain. If I had another one, I'd probably put it in here. This is also just a good 3-drop, a 3/3 for 3. But he also buffs all of your pirates +1/+1. So he's like a mini Stormwind champion just for pirates. Most of the minions in here, especially the pirates, are foregoing face. We do not really trade that much when it comes to minions. You're mostly going to use your weapons to get rid of your opponent's minions so that your minions have a chance to go face more than once. You are rarely going to be trading, so chances are, even if your opponent is trying to remove as much of your stuff as he can, he's not going to be able to get rid of all of it. If you have more than 1 pirate on the board when you play South Sea Captain, you're going to get some good value in damage, and it's going to make all of your other pirates that much harder to remove. We also have 2 Mortal Strikes. This is pretty much our only direct damage in the deck. It's 4 damage for 4, which is not a great deal, but if you have low health, and that's very likely because you're going to be using your weapons to clear a lot of minions, and so you're probably going to be tanking a lot of face damage. If you get below 12 health, this card deals 6 damage instead. Now, whether it's 4, 6, whatever, it is direct damage that you can point right at something, avoiding taunt and all those other things that can get in the way of damage. Sometimes Mortal Strike will be just what you need to make the kill when your opponent drops some giant taunt minion that you just cannot get through. Or when he drops some really big minion that you can no longer afford to hit with your weapon because you've already taken so much damage, Mortal Strike will help you make the kill. We have 2 Dread Corsairs, more pirates. This is a 3/3 taunt for 4, but it costs less depending on the attack of your weapon. So very often, this is a 3/3 taunt you will play for 1 or 0 mana. He also gets buffed by the South Sea Captain, and also a great way to proc the Bloodsail Cultist. If, say, on turn 4, you have a weapon equipped, and you can play the Dread Corsair for 1, and then you play the Bloodsail Cultist right behind it. You've got a 3/4 behind a 3/3 taunt, and you've got a buffed weapon. You're probably in pretty good shape at that point. Dread Corsair is key to grabbing control of the board in the early game, and can also be very useful in keeping your more threatening minions alive for an extra turn so they can get in just a little bit more damage. We also have 2 Kor'kron Elites. Classic warrior card, just a 4/3 with charge. And this is pretty much just another 4 damage straight to the face. Your opponent will have to use something decent to get rid of it because it has 3 health. A 2-drop typically won't just do it. And even if he does remove it, it's already hit his face once. You've gotten more out of it than you could really hope for. We have one Arcanite Reaper, the big axe in the Warrior collection. It's a 5/2 weapon for 5. Typically, in most Warrior decks, this weapon has been seen as too slow, but 10 damage over 2 turns with the possibility of getting it buffed up to even more is super valuable in a very aggressive deck. And it can also be used to take care of some of those annoying mid-range minions if you just haven't gotten in all the face damage you need to with your minions. This guy can keep the board clear so that your little guys can keep whacking away. And then finally, we have Leroy Jenkins. This is your big finisher. It's a 6/2 minion with charge, and because of the whelps that it summons, it's pretty much never going to survive longer than the turn you play it. This is another guy where just as long as some of your minions have connected in the early game, Leroy will almost always be able to help you close it out. And honestly, listening to that battle cry and watching him just charge into battle, there's not a more fun way to end the game. So, there we go. This is Captain Facebeard. It is all about weapons and pirates being aggressive. So, let's get out there and crush some fools.
Garrosh versus
Hunter.
Rexa.
Okay, so this is probably going to be a race. See who can kill who faster. I think we're going to toss back the Mortal Strike. And actually, we're pretty set for weapons here. I think we'll just keep all of this, and I was hoping for a minion. Really don't want Arcanite Reaper and Leroy are pretty much the only cards you don't want in your opening hand. Oh, but this is good. Start swinging with the Rusty Hook, and then we can probably coin out this Cultist on the next turn. Perfect. We coin out the Cultist, and we can kill the Elk. Oh, and then we can it's good because we can upgrade next turn, turn this into a 3/3. And then we play her and she'll be 5/3. Pretty excellent. We're off to a really strong start here. I think we go ahead and upgrade anyway. Alright, we want to go ahead and attack with him in case he gets killed. Kill the toad. Just don't hit the pirate. Darn. I guess that was to be expected. And then we play the Bloodsail Raider. Big and nasty 5/3. He's probably going to have to use a quick shot or a kill command on that, which will slow him down. In this matchup, every time you can make a hunter use one of his direct damage spells to deal with one of your minions instead of hitting your face, it's pretty much a victory for you. Let's see. Do I bother trading? Because I know High Main is coming up. I'll probably have to use the Reaper for that. I think maybe this might be the last minion I hit with a weapon. We're just going to use the rest to pour on the damage. So let's see, next turn you could play Savannah High Main. And that's when I want to be able to just put a bunch of minions on the board. so that he's forced to trade with them instead of hit my face. Let's see. If he ends up having to quick shot and kill command these, though, we'll be coming out ahead. Do I even want to bother hitting that? I don't think so. Or no, I do. Because the little 1/1s are less threatening. But we want to go ahead and play all this. Actually, since that puts him at 1, I'll go ahead and hit his face.
Well fought.
Yeah! For a hunter, being at 1 is pretty much as good as being dead.
Garrosh.
Priest.
Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
If it's the kind of priest that runs like lots of board clears and is really, really slow, we might have a problem. If he draws well. I think we'll throw back the captain. We'll keep the axe and the corsair. Execute. That'll be extremely valuable against a priest. The tough part will be choosing what to execute. Because once priests start getting minions on the board, they get scary. When one of their minions can kill like 3 of yours. I'm gonna get in one swing with this at least, in case I get oozed. Hopefully I'll draw like an upgrade or something next turn. I guess Bloodsail Cultist actually wouldn't help me in this instance. Ooh. I guess playing 2 of these is better than 1. We'll hold on to the axe. Museum Curator isn't really worth killing. Whatever he got from the Museum Curator is what we'll probably need the axe for. And we haven't drawn another weapon yet, so I don't want to just throw it away on a 1-2. It doesn't really threaten either of my minions. And I seem to have given him something to think about. He's going to do his heal faith. Alright. Then I think we follow up with the Kor'kron Elite. Power Word Shield, that's inconsequential. Probably should have done that first, dude. But no matter. Ooh. I play the Cultists and buff my weapon, or play the Kor'kron Elite and rock face. I think this one goes to the Pirate. Just it's off curve, but I only have 1 charge left on this weapon and I don't have another one, so I think that's worth it. And he has yet to play anything remotely threatening to me. But you probably get wrecked by like Akanai Soul Priest and Circle of Healing combo. Excavate. Darn. So he is one of those guys that runs a lot of board clears. Alright. We'll just keep sending stuff at his face. God, I need another weapon. And by now he's got to know that I don't have another weapon in hand, otherwise I would have swung with this thing. Which might embolden him to play something. flash heal on that. Okay, okay. Alright, here we're gonna play the Acolyte.
Pain, speak to me.
No, we're gonna save the weapon. Maybe he'll trade with the Acolyte, but if the Soul Priest takes any damage, I'll be able to execute it because he won't be able to heal it. I don't want to waste 4 damage. Yeah. Okay, Ravaging Ghoul. That's pretty good. But now I can execute the Soul Priest and I still have 4 damage left. Or rather, I don't have to execute it because I have a 4 damage weapon. So I get to save my execute. Well, again, since I don't have one in hand, or what if, no, I can't Leroy and Ghoul yet.
What now?
Maybe next turn. So we are going to upgrade, and right now I'm just trying to decide if I want to execute that or Mortal Strike it.
I must choose.
I guess we'll Mortal Strike it. Just use the weapon to hit face. This way we threaten lethal with Leroy next turn. Alright. Just need a little more damage. We are 1 off. I guess we'll just play this. Swing face. We gotta hope we draw another weapon. He'll probably be able to take care of the Raider. But I'm hoping he won't be able to take care of it and play like a taunt and heal himself. If he can do all that, I think I still win with Leroy. And we're still at full health. He hasn't managed to do any damage to us. Okay. More excavated evil. Okay. Darn.
Is someone injured?
He was able to do all that. You just need a little more. I just need a weapon. A real weapon. Alright, I suppose this will keep him honest. Have I already used both my upgrades in this deck? If so, that sucks. I just need an upgrade or another Blood Cell Cultist. Well, I guess Blood Cell Cultist won't do it. Maybe I can draw the other good weapon?
Welcome to the exhibit.
Oh gosh, if he finds a taunt here, that's gonna suck. Let me guess, Sledge Belcher? No. Damn it. Well, let's see, 6 plus 3 is only 9. So I'd still be short. Darn.
What now?
Alright, well I guess we're gonna hit face here. We will play the Ghoul. And execute that thing. Maybe we can kill him with Leroy next turn. This guy's playing really well. He's managed to keep his health like just out of range this entire time. It's pretty incredible. But if you can't kill the Ghoul, I think we win. Who am I kidding? With all the cards he just drew, 10 mana, he can probably get rid of it. How is he not going to heal himself? Oh my gosh, he didn't kill my minion. So that's 9 plus 3. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, that's, now it's 11 plus 3. Say hi to Leroy. Oh man, that was a close one. I mean, not really close because we still had 34 health, but he kept managing to just avoid death. Which I guess is pretty much the playstyle for all priests. Another mage.
You asked for it.
Lots of mages on the ladder. Let's see. I'm going to toss back the Ravaging Ghoul. That's a decent 2 and 3, even if we don't have a weapon. We didn't get a weapon. The one problem with this deck is that you are like, I don't know, 60% less likely to win if you don't draw on a weapon in the opening turns. It's pretty much weapon or bust. Blood to Ichor, not very useful right now. I guess we'll just play the Bloodsail Raider. Still a decent 2-drop. Let's see, we could still draw Fiery War Axe, get a charging South Sea Deckhand next turn. That'd be great. Coin Torch on that. Okay. Well, let's see, we can play, we'll play N'Zoth here, hit face, armor up, and then next turn we can play the South Sea Deckhand and the Bloodsail Cultist, ensuring that we get the buff on our weapon. And we'll get another 2-attack charger out there as well. I'm guessing she's playing some kind of tempo mage since she bothered to coin out a Forgotten Torch.
Pain, speak to me.
It's probably tempo as well. Let's see. Is it worth it to blood to Ichor that? Because then I could kill it with my buffed weapon. Yeah, why not? It's like, yeah, she got 2 cards out of it, but I've got 3 minions on the board and a 2-attack weapon. And I can play the South Sea Deckhand next turn for another 2 damage. This deck is really all about managing how much damage you can do every turn. And so next turn, if she doesn't kill everything, I have the potential to do... I haven't seen her in a while. But yeah, we have the potential to do a lot of damage here. Ooh. Alright, we could kill Elise with that. Is that worth it? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna keep playing stuff and going face. So let's see, that gives us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Yeah. We could probably kill her next turn if she doesn't kill anything. She probably will, but that means we will likely be very close to killing her next turn, even if she does kill a couple things. I'm guessing she'll ping the deckhand, maybe trade with the slime.
I wonder.
She better have a 5-drop of some kind. She needs to play like a serious threat, something that's gonna make me deal with it.
Time runs out on me.
That's not it. Oh, okay. That's pretty annoying. Alright, I can Heroic Strike and kill the Doomsayer and execute Elise. Is that enough? Because then what if she Blizzards next turn? No, I think I save it. Because even if I had saved the board, next turn she could Blizzard and that would kill it all anyway. This way I can start building up more damage again. And yeah, she spent her whole turn just drawing spells.
Amazing.
I mean, it'll probably suck if she can Flame Strike next turn. But, so... 11. Yeah, we still don't have enough to kill her. I guess we're gonna play that just to have something on the board. She more than likely has a way to remove it. But I didn't feel comfortable just passing the turn, doing nothing but armor up. Surely she has a way to kill that with all those cards in hand. Now she's gonna draw yet more cards. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously? You can't deal with a 3-4 with all that junk in your hand. What was the point of drawing all those cards? She couldn't kill it. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Are we talking yet? That'll buff that up to 4, 7. Ooh. Is that it? Did we just win? I think we did. Oh man, I miscounted the mana. Oops. Well, Mortal Strike will still be lethal next turn. Even if she ice barriers. As long as she doesn't ice block. If she ice blocks, we're totally screwed. Okay, Flame Strike is unfortunate. Ah, but that took her entire turn. She's got no other answer. Let's be classy. End it with the axe.
Well played.
Exact lethal. Woo! And again, took no damage. Yep. So that is Captain Facebeard, the incredibly aggressive, incredibly effective aggro pirate warrior deck. Have fun crushing your opponents. And look forward to the next video from Doc Awesome.